The thing that students here are taught is how to think imaginatively, how to think across borders, how to think across boundaries.
There's literally people from all over the world, people who have different backgrounds, and what that really allows is a melting pot of different experiences and ideas.
You find faculty and students having a lot of fun in what they're doing, that they take their work seriously, but it's also playful and energetic. The one thing I would say about the history and legacy of both the school and the museum are there's very few prominent people in the contemporary art world and the contemporary design world who haven't been in some way touched by either the school by being an alum or having been a visitor here or being shown and represented in the collection, and that's just an incredible thing. Interdisciplinarity is one of the reasons that our students most commonly cite for coming here, because of those breadth of opportunities, that they can come in and work across 24 different departments and find new ways to align ideas and thinking from one area to another. For many of our students, interdisciplinarity means that there's no majors, but it's actually more nuanced than that, that students develop their own ideas and have an agency in terms of the subjects they pursue, and they want to look for an alignment of materials and processes that reinforce their ideas and their thinking.
They gave me a chance to try something new.
I was able to be in these different departments, whether it's like graphic designing, printmaking, and painting.
So it really broadened my practice in terms of how can I view not only myself differently, but the world in general.
I mean, that's why I teach here. The education that students receive produces students who are empowered to both understand and articulate the decisions and choices that they're making. I think that this is a really, really profoundly unique thing that happens here.
Very many of our faculty regard the students as artists at just an earlier stage of their career and afford them the respect of that.
The museum is literally around the corner. That kind of access is essential to the type of creative education that young students require today. It makes the educational experience much richer.
Chicago's history has always been forward-thinking. It's a very different pace, I think, from living on either of the coasts.
Chicago is a world-class city that has something for everybody.
It seems as though Chicago is very big, but in a way there is this intimacy.
Our students, one of the most important resources that they have is each other. You're going to be the greatest source of learning, of support.
The small sizes of the classrooms allows students to develop a sense of community more quickly.
By the end of the semester, you kind of feel like a family with these people.
There are student groups, and so these are places too that our students would be able to connect outside of classroom. There are events that all of our students are open to attend. They're celebratory. I think with having a global population, what that does is it opens our students to having new perspectives.
SAIC gave me many experiences. I'm constantly using the lessons I learned at SAIC now in the actual working world.
Students leave here not with a fixed skill set, but with the creative and intellectual capacity to be able to continue learning and adapting.
It's just a testimony to the education they receive here, the skills they develop, and we see that in the wonderful jobs they get after graduation in a variety of different fields. Employers are looking for creative people, people who can come out and innovate and try new things. This is the best place for them to recruit. Our students are changing the way businesses do their work. They're adding and contributing to the community through their work at nonprofits and cultural institutions, and they're making this world a more beautiful place.
I'm consistently surprised by students who I meet early on, and they arrive sometimes hesitant, and to watch them grow and evolve and how they emerge from that experience like utterly transformed, that never ceases to amaze me.